What's going on, guys? Ray here from Full-Time Adventure. Good morning and welcome to this episode. We are here at Ayers Rock in the background, and I thought, what great place to cook breakfast and make a damper. So this is what we're going to be doing. We'll set the camera up here, we'll make a damper, cook it and eat it right here. As far as things you need, very simple: a bowl, a cup to measure, plain flour, self-raising flour, an egg, a little bit of salt and something to mix it with, and milk or water or both. Right, my face is going to be out of this shot, but that doesn't matter. You don't need to see my face. You just look at that and hear what I do. So, bowl, plain flour. So this damper is for Hannah and myself, so it cooks for good for 2 people. I go to about where you would serve someone coffee. Then you grab your self-raising flour, nearly a full cup. Chuck it in. Now the key here is just to mix the 2 flours together. Mix the self-raising with the plain flour before you add any of the wet ingredients. While this is all going on, my lovely wife is cooking breakfast just over there at the back. Because conveniently we have multiple benches and multiple stainless steel working platforms that pull out of this beautifully crafted canopy. So next I would just crack the egg. Just got your egg in there. Now I would just start a little bit mixing the egg, just a pinch of salt. And then this part you sort of just pour liquids in, whether it's milk, water, whatever. And you basically just pour liquids in until you start to get a bit of a dough. The key here is it needs to be rather drier than too wet. Otherwise when you cook it, it gets this uneven, more rough texture rather than a smoother texture. Last time I tried it primarily with milk. This time a little bit of milk, a little bit of water. So the reason I'm using a fork here to stir it is you'll find that once the batter becomes good enough to be started to be knead, is it called knead? Once the consistency of the batter is good enough for kneading, how you know is you use the fork, and when you mix it, it will actually sort of come around the fork and start forming a ball. So that's a good sort of lump of dough now, and I'd say that's ready to be kneaded by hand a bit more. Shaping up pretty nice. Don't be afraid to either add a little bit more flour or a little bit more water, depending if your consistency is too dry, a little bit too moist. Let it sit for half an hour before you put it in the camp oven. Cook it for about 15 minutes. Check it, it's either good or you flip it for another 5 or 10 minutes and then it should be good. All right, this is done. It's the little ball of dough now. So I just use one of these cake pans, and you can unlock it, get the base out. What we're going to do is just flour the base a bit and just flatten out the dough onto it to the shape and size that you prefer. A little bit of flour, you just dust it on a bit to get our dough. Bonk it on there. Just flip it around, dust the other side a bit, and then yeah, just sort of spread it out. Okay, once you're happy with that, you now let it just sit for half an hour. So because we're not allowed to make fires, we are using the camp oven on the Weber with a trivet. So trivet in there. We're just going to start heating the camp oven up a bit. So I still shut the lid, and then that creates like an oven inside of an oven. It cooks evenly when I do it like that. Doesn't burn the bottom or the top. It's been about 20 minutes. Oven is now heated up. Damper's now good. Slide her in. Start the clock now. 15 minutes later, we'll check it. Have a quick look. Now that's beautiful right there. Here it is, the damper. Now you just brush the flour off a bit. Oh. Look at that texture. There we go. Wow. Smells good, looks good, hot, gonna taste good from butter, honey, selection of jam. Let's get into it. Generous amounts of butter is required for these. We picked some of this Rosella jam up just before we left Litchfield. Then we got some honey. We've also got blueberry jam in there. But
It's a nice. Give it a go.
crust. Yeah, this is very good. It's good. I like it.